Hello everyone and thank you for tuning into this presentation. My name is Anwar Aftab. I'm at AT&T Labs as Director in the Advanced Technologies and Platforms Department. In this video, we will review ECOMP Portal Platform, which is part of ECOMP open source software known as Open ECOMP. ECOMP stands for Enhanced Control, Orchestration, Management, and Policy. ECOMP is a virtualized network function automation platform for the network cloud. Think of it as an infrastructure delivery platform and a scalable, comprehensive network cloud service. It provides automation of many service delivery and service assurance, performance management, fault management, and other SDN tasks. ECOM platform is built with a number of subsystems, and ECOM portal is one of the main subsystems. Others include service design and creation, controllers, both network and applications, data collection, analytics events, active and available inventory, policy engine, and master services orchestrator. Ecom platform is built using three main open platform approaches. Number first is model-driven software architecture, which means that model drives the behavior of the software platform and it eliminates the need to custom code or change the software for every change in the functions. The second one is the use of open source software, which accelerates the delivery speed and eliminates the need to reinvent the wheel. It essentially crowdsources the work, bringing in more innovation and more adoption. And the third one is the concept of services and operations as users, which essentially drives the self-service model and behavior. These three approaches essentially drive reusable software framework, which provides core atomic functions and processes, microservices architecture, reusable code libraries, toolsets, and APIs that facilitate solution development. This reusable software framework allows user-implemented extensions without the need to change the core platform code. This helps with faster service development and reduces operational complexity. Also, the functionality and the size of the software remains relatively small compared to the scale of the services. So to give you an overview of ECOM and where ECOM portal fits in, um, essentially ECOM is divided into two major functions. On the left bottom, you can see there are design time functions, and on the right side, you can see operational functions. And ECOM portal essentially provides access to all these functions through one single portal. The design time functions include um, features which are delivered by service design and creation, policy engine, and the analytic application design. So these are things like recipes, engineering rules, distribution of policies, and such. So once a service or a VNF is designed, it's then deployed or it goes to the operational functions area. That includes a dashboard for ONAM, operation administration and maintenance. It has the other four components, including ANI, MSO, DCE, and the controllers. And these are all glued in with each other using a common services, APIs, access control, and data movement. Um, on the northbound, the operational functions communicates with other e-services systems, BSS, OSS systems, as well as big data systems for analytics and data science. On the south, essentially all of this platform communicates runs on the cloud platform that provides the storage, the compute power, the networking, and that's the place where all the VNFs and applications essentially runs and resides. One of the controller part is the ECOM controller, which allows deployment and ongoing health test and functions of the platform. ECOM portal in a nutshell is the control panel for ECOM. It provides the single access framework and the software development kit to develop new and integrate existing applications which support ECOM platform as well as services management functions. Therefore, all the functions in the control panel are essentially provided by these applications, which are built using the software development kit and then integrated into the portal framework. Therefore, it's the applications which provides these functions and features, not the portal itself. Ecom Portal provides the building block for these applications and also a unique applications paradigm. This includes federated application development and onboarding, which allows faster and parallel applications development, increase the speed of delivery for functions onboarding to the portal, distributed applications on the cloud infrastructure, which eliminates the need for applications to run on a common infrastructure and can be completely decoupled from each other. It allows easy integration of existing and third party applications without the need to redevelop with minimal effort to integrate onto the portal. And lastly, it will also provide managed applications hosting environment to speed up the deployment of small to mid-sized applications. So, what are the key drivers behind the Ecom Portal platform? It starts with single access point, common authentication, authorization, which personalize content for each user. The Portal SDK and the framework to provide reusable software libraries and APIs, provide one-stop access for virtualized services design, testing, certification, distribution functions, have a secure role-based access for all ecom platform as well as services administration functions, provide VNF lifecycle management and service assurance functions to operations, having consistency across all the sets for tools and applications for ecom, with seamless user interface and experience, as well as self-service internal and external access for both customers as well as vendors. Let's take a look at ecom portal architecture and the different functional layers it's comprised of. As you can see, it starts with having the software development kit that includes all the reusable building blocks, software libraries, code repository, toolkits, which can be used by application developers to build applications. Some of the sample components in the SDK includes templates, sample templates, web components, collaborative tools, different network simulation libraries, GIS mapping routines, Tosca tools, and such. So using this SDK building blocks, application developers can develop new applications to provide ecom functions and features, or they can use SDK for existing applications to integrate into the portal framework. So the second layer is really the application layer, which are either existing or newly built using the SDK. On top of the application layer, uh, it's the framework or the runtime portal, which provides the intelligence and the framework behind the portal architecture. It provides the glue that integrates all these applications, whether they're built using SDK or third party applications, to run in one common framework architecture. It provides the dashboard, which essentially uses the widgets architecture for all the applications and the functions to be exposed to the users. Applications can be onboarded and integrated in real time. It provides this communication model with message oriented middleware that provides the ability for applications in real time to be in sync with the portal framework while running on any distributed decoupled infrastructure. It enables common UI controls, single sign-on session synchronizations, widgets management, different notification services, monitoring the status of these applications, generating any alarms and audits logs. And on top of the framework layer, you have the access layer, which provides a single access for all the users, whether they are portal users, portal administrators, or application administrators, to come in and access one authentication and web junction to get access to ECOMP portal. So essentially, one single sign-on provides you the authentication and authorization for all the applications that you as a user can have access to. And all of this is provided in one common framework and one portal. The framework also provides APIs to all the applications as well as other ECOM components as well as OSS BSS systems. The highly modular approach of the framework allows easy addition and customization of any of these modules. For example, the authorization module can be easily enhanced to be used by any um, integration methodology that we want to use. One of the major advantage of this framework architecture and this layered approach is it allows applications to be developed using whether Ecom Portal SDK or any other SDK as long as they can integrate into the framework portal. When a user logs in to the portal framework and based on user authorization and its access roles, it basically displays the dashboard to the user that brings it content from all these applications in real time uh, based on the user access with a consistent look and feel and a user experience. The list of SDK components is evolving and growing more and more as applications are being built and the developers are putting their reusable software components back into the SDK for other applications to use. And majority of the SDK components are open source adapted. This architecture allows SDK and the applications ecosystem to grow in terms of features and functions over time, and at the same time fully integrate into the core portal framework. Ecom portal scope at a high level, which we briefly touched before, is really divided into two major categories. The first one is the design time framework, and the second one is the execution time framework. And Ecom Portal as a platform combine these two functions frameworks and provides a seamless access to the users. In the design time framework, Ecom Portal provides functions to define and create service models and capabilities. So these things includes things like onboarding resources, policies, analytics, designing things like services, delivery flows, closed loops, certifying, validations, tests, different authorizations, and then discovering these things back from the catalog. So, and on the right side, the execution time framework include things like how you operate pre-designed services and capabilities. And these includes functions of instantiating, configuring, and monitoring these services. Some of the examples of monitoring include health checks, inventory, and as well as topologies. There are also workflows for zero touch delivery and closed loop controls, and they are fully automated to provide end to end execution. Both these design time and execution time frameworks work real time and hand in hand. And basically, all the learning from the execution time, all the metrics gets fed back into the design time framework for continuous learning and evolvement, which basically helps improve both of these frameworks to work better. An ecom portal provides self-service access to both these frameworks and the functions and the features that are exposed by them. One of the key challenges that ecom portal addresses is ecom pathway to single pane of glass. And what that really means is to drive a seamless, effortless, and integrated user experience across ecom platform, its products, as well as services. And how is that achieved? The first step is really to take all these discrete applications and map them into functional areas by going through the onboarding process. And the high level functional areas that we have defined are design, operations planning, capacity planning, technology management, technology insertion, performance management, and platform management. And these will obviously evolve over time as we bring in and onboard more applications, more functions, and more features. So these functional areas are really not fixed, these will evolve and change over time. The end result of this onboarding process gives you an integrated access via ecom portal, providing a single pane of glass with a consistent user experience, a single sign on, authentication, authorization, highly secure role based access, the ability to drive common operations and interfaces. SDK provides reusable code libraries. The framework provides application integration architecture with the ability for applications to be distributed as well as follow the federated development model. From a user perspective, this removes the complexity of dealing with all these discrete applications on a one by one basis or separately, and also have the option to work using these functional areas rather than thinking of applications. This is the zoom in view of the ecom portal user functions, separated into design and operations categories, and the functional categories within each of these. Under design, users can create and design products. They can do design administration for user category management, conduct testing to test and approve resources or services, manage the catalog for resource services and products, service distribution, as well as resource and services design and onboarding. User functions under operations include technology management, which includes message or data bus management, license management, network operations, virtualized functions management, different service topology functions, IP address management, customer configuration, different closed loops, analytics, and workflow management, managing the changes for scheduling, orchestration, and validations, different operations and capacity planning tools, technology insertion, which includes virtualized network function composition and management, performance management task for network analytics, service analytics, and core ecom platform management functions for database provisioning, operations, and management. Note that these user functions categories again will evolve over time and will change as we onboard different and new services and applications. Note that this is a superset of all user functions available at this point. There are provided to user based on their access role and privileges, which can be dynamically configured within the portal framework, defining which user and which role can access which function. Let's look at what are the different levels of applications integration that ECOMP portal provides. This is the first step for any application that has to be onboarded to ECOMP portal to determine what level of integration that application will do. There are three main integration levels: the basic, target, and the extended. Basic integration is the minimum level of integration and alignment that an application has to do to get onboarded onto ECOMP portal. Note that all these integration features are provided by application to get onboarded onto ECOMP portal by the framework as well as the SDK. So let's start by looking at the 5 features which are required for basic integration. The first one is single sign-on, which allows the application to be accessed through a common single sign-on and authentication process. The second feature is authorization, which essentially allows the application to adopt and integrate the common roles and user role management functions. The third feature is the style, which allows the application to align its user experience, look and feel, and adhere to the common guidelines that ECOMP portal provides for user experience. The fourth one is being device compliant so that your application can run on multiple device types and be accessible. And the fifth one is auditing and logging integration that allows status monitoring and system level logging for alarms and auditing. Applications which are generally pre-built, third-party or vendor applications, usually falls into the category of basic integration. On the other hand, applications which are newly built or are built using ECOMP portal SDK are geared towards the target integration level. By targeting this level, the application leverages the full power of the portal framework as well as the SDK. So the first level requirement for the target integration is component, which means the applications uses ECOMP portal SDK to build component-based UIs which enable functional, navigational, as well as personalizational experience. This essentially facilitates navigation at the functional level for the component UIs. The second integration requirement is session management, which is one of the most critical and useful feature as it drives consistent behavior across the partner applications. It allows all the applications which are onboarded onto ECOMP portal to share session data with each other, thus allowing seamless flow between applications to applications, and also allows the ability to create workflows that span across multiple applications. Which brings us to the next feature of the target integration, which is context sharing. And what it means is that at the context sharing level, you are not just sharing the session with basic information, but you're also sharing the actual context of the user activity as well as the usage of the portal. And this feature drives an integrated experience which is relative to the current context of the user, what the user is doing on which page, on which application. And lastly, the extended integration level allows usability enhancements by using ECOMP portal SDK to build these enhanced features, including some of the examples are universal search, analytics, visualization, workflows, rules, and other animations. Therefore, at the extended integration level, an application uses all the capabilities provided by ECOMP Portal SDK as well as the framework. These three integration levels are created so that we can cover most of the applications to be onboarded with minimal effort required for integration. Our goal is to minimize any rewrite or development work and provide an ecosystem that allows easy and open integration. Note that if an application is onboarded, they can always move to the next level of integration. So, for example, an application can start with basic integration and can move towards target and then extended integration levels. This allows applications to be integrated quickly and then over time move towards target and extended integration by utilizing the full feature sets of the ECOMP Portal SDK and the framework. Let's look at a sample homepage of ECOMP Portal. When the user logs in, the portal displays this dashboard that shows them the icons for all their applications they have access to. They can see news, they can see events, they can see resources, and this dashboard is fully customizable based on user preference. On the right side, you have universal search capability that can search into applications, into a lot of different metadata, and has the capability to search both in intranet and extranet environments. On the top, you have the manage and support menus, and the manage menu essentially has all the things we saw under user functions. There is a left bar menu that allows you quick access to your home page, your applications catalog, widgets, administration of users, portal administration, application onboarding, widgets onboarding, and editing the functional menus. And on the right side, we are showing one of a sample application which is created by using Portal SDK. And it's showing different widgets the user can incorporate into their homepage. This is just to provide you a quick flavor of how the portal looks like and how's the overall user experience. We are continuously working on enhancing the portal features and capabilities, specifically to address ECOM platform and services requirements. Thank you for listening into this presentation. For more information, please go to att.com/ecom. Thanks again and goodbye.